We had a lot of fun, a lot of faith in each other and trust in each other, from the players to the coaches to administrators and back again. It was a coming together really of a great group of people, but I think the overall real great factor there was our togetherness. I knew at the beginning of the season that we were going to be pretty good. We had Anne Cook coming back for her 5th year because she'd missed the season before. So I knew we had the ability to score goals. I knew we had a great goalkeeper. Overall, I thought right at the beginning it was going to be a very special season. Obviously, making the NCAA tournament was the big thing. Unfortunately, we had to spend 4 weekends on the road. Otherwise, I think it would have been an even greater year. We had the CAA tournament at George Mason. Then because we couldn't host, we had to travel to Penn State. And then again, we were a higher seed. We were a higher seed than Virginia. We had to go there. And then that final weekend, which was Thanksgiving weekend, we had to find our way up to Connecticut. So in all fairness, I think that tiredness was what contributed to us losing to Connecticut. And I really felt that had we had a break and been able to have a weekend at home instead of traveling, maybe we'd have achieved even more. It was freezing and snowing in Happy Valley. We were a goal down, then Lindsay scored a couple of goals to put us ahead. They tied it up, and they were doing a good job of kind of neutralizing us. But with Missy and Cookie, you couldn't do that for an entire game. It went to overtime, and then Cookie had the assist. She was engulfed by Penn State players, and she laid the ball off to Missy, and Missy cracked it in the top corner for the winning goal. Then when we went up to UVA, Janet got on the end of a great through ball from Missy to score the only goal of the game. And that was a great revenge for us because we'd lost in overtime to Virginia early in the season, and we always loved beating Virginia. When we played at Penn State, it was bitterly cold, and Mary Topman tried to warm her feet on the gas blower that was by the side of our bench, and she set her shoe on fire. And everyone just fell about laughing at her. To everyone on that 97 team, congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You're well-deserved, wonderful ambassadors for William and Mary.
My teammate and I, Whitney, together we represent one player. We both tore our ACLs our senior year, which was the class of 1997. So actually, I do encourage you. You might want to get another drink, settle in. I'm just the first of 20 people to come up and do the acceptance speech. So, but no, actually, I think the only reason I'm standing up here, I was actually the last person to get into town today. So
I disagree. I disagree. Can I step in? This is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my entire life. And when we were talking last night about who should make the speech, we all agreed Melissa was the person to make the speech. Now, granted, you got that news 2 hours ago. Yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, frankly, thank you. So everything she said, and I will never be late to a party again. But, and to that point, I actually had some notes. It was so funny. We checked into the Comfort Inn, and I literally found out it's been 3 hours ago now that I'm giving the speech. So appreciate everyone's been reflecting on this for months and weeks. And I get it. It was 1997. I've had 22 years to reflect on this. But the reality is I got 3 hours. But I do have some cool notes from the Comfort Inn that said, just do it. So I'm going to do it, okay? So thank you very much. But a couple of statistics that weren't represented up there. We actually had 4 individuals on that 1997 team that have already stood up here and been inducted into the Hall of Fame. 3 of which went on to play professional soccer in the Women's Soccer League, which is phenomenal. So obviously, assuming all that talent, of course, we would have been gone on to be successful that 1997 year. But of course, talent alone, obviously everybody else here was an individual, so your talent clearly got you here. But the reality is it's a team sport. And so it's a super honor and privilege to be up here representing an entire team, 20 plus of us, for such a phenomenal year. And so the reality is that this afternoon when I got into town just a few hours ago, it really became apparent to me, I haven't seen some of these ladies, women, in over 20 years, right? And that bond and that support, and literally it was maybe 1 or 2 minutes after having hugged and touched base with everybody, we were right back where, it was like a time warp. We were right back to where we were. And that's why I can attest and stand up here and recognize how successful we were. Yes, we had phenomenal talent, very great individuals, but it was the bond of the team, of the 1997 team, that led us to that great, successful year. So on behalf of the team, I do want to extend thanks to a few groups of people. So first and foremost, I want to thank our parents, some of which who are here representing us today. And I will say ditto to everybody else who stood up here and said all the amazing things about our parents. Of course, they got us here. Some of them helped make our decision to get here. But what you didn't add is that, and I will represent and go head-to-head with any parent in here, we had our parents did the most amazing parties. We had the very best tailgates. They can out-keg stand many of us. I only hope to be as cool with my own kids. So if there is a Hall of Fame for parents, I hope I'm here next year representing them as well. They're phenomenal. Number two, want to say thank you very much, of course, to JD and to Jill, just a phenomenal coaching staff. Obviously for being great recruiters, of course, but for JD and Jill's leadership, they pushed us to be the very best every single day. They brought us together. They bonded us. They formed that team. We didn't select that team. They did. So I want to thank them very much. Number three, I already represented, but I want to thank us as individuals, just a phenomenal team. Each and every one of the individuals on the team, obviously we accomplished a lot on the field, but every single one of those individuals have leveraged that experience, have gone on to do amazing things, which leads me to my fourth thank you. I want to absolutely thank the College of William & Mary. This college has made each and every one of us better individuals, better in our community. 7 of us have actually met our husbands at William & Mary. We've gone on to form families, and we're building in our community. We've become amazing coaches. We've succeeded in the business world. This place, this College of Knowledge, as JD always likes to say, has just been an amazing experience for all of us. I think everybody in this room can attest to that. So thank you very much. Congratulations to all my teammates, the class of 1997.
Melissa, stay here because that's really hard to follow, so you just have to stay here for a second. And the reason I was asked to speak, I think, a little bit is because I've come from Melbourne, Australia. So I traveled here. It's about 30 hours door to door. And it's worth it for one freaking night. And that's how much I love these guys. And it is totally true. And we were at the field today, and we were just all sitting around, and we were sitting around. We had played soccer, and we're all bad now, and we all laughed about how bad we are. But we freaking loved it, and we loved the people we were around, and that's what this is all about. It's amazing that we get this honor, and our performance, thank you that we got this, but it's the people that really matter. And so I just love you guys, and I love the fact that I got to spend a night with you, and I would do it over and over again 1,000,000 times. I have to go 30 hours tomorrow, so maybe I will regret saying this tomorrow, but I love you. Thank you. Thank you.